In 2016, the highest award in the scientific world, the Nobel Prize in Medicine, was handed to a Japanese cell biologist named Yoshinori Ohsumi. He didn't invent a new pharmaceutical pill, and he didn't discover a new surgical technique. Instead, he proved that under very specific conditions, the human body possesses a miraculous, built-in mechanism to literally eat its own dead, damaged, and cancerous cells, completely regenerating its biological system from the inside out. He called this magnificent biological process autophagy. Today, billionaires and health gurus in Silicon Valley spend massive fortunes trying to hack this exact biological process to reverse aging, prevent devastating diseases, and live significantly longer. But what if I told you that the ultimate, mathematically perfect blueprint for triggering this exact cellular miracle was not discovered in a modern laboratory? What if it was mandated as an absolute cosmic law in the ancient Hindu scriptures thousands of years ago? I've noticed that whenever a new health trend explodes on the internet, modern society immediately assumes we are the first generation intelligent enough to figure it out. Right now, intermittent fasting is the absolute obsession of the modern medical world. Doctors are loudly telling us that if we simply stop eating for a certain number of hours, our bodies stop focusing on digestion and finally start repairing dangerous cellular damage. A lot of people miss this, but the modern version of intermittent fasting is actually a very crude, incomplete, and randomly timed imitation of a highly advanced astronomical science meticulously documented in the ancient Vedas. You see, the ancient rishis of Sanatana Dharma did not view the human body as an isolated biological machine wandering aimlessly through space. They understood the absolute truth that you are a microscopic reflection of the macroscopic universe, and your complex biology is directly tied to the undeniable gravitational physics of the cosmos. To understand the supreme accuracy of this ancient knowledge, we have to look closely at the exact science of Ekadashi. If you open revered ancient texts like the Padma Purana, you will find incredibly strict injunctions stating that every single human being must completely abstain from consuming grains and heavy foods on Ekadashi. But what exactly is this specific powerful day? In the authentic Vedic calendar, time is not measured by arbitrary man-made months. It is measured by the precise mathematical phases of the moon. These individual lunar days are deeply respected and are called Tithis. Ekadashi is exactly the 11th day of the waxing moon, known mathematically as the Shukla Paksha, and the exact 11th day of the waning moon, known as the Krishna Paksha. In my opinion, this is where the ancient scriptural science becomes utterly terrifying in its absolute perfection. Why did the great sages pick the 11th day specifically? Why not the 5th day or the 9th day? Modern physics clearly tells us that the moon exerts a massive, undeniable gravitational pull on the Earth. This invisible pull is so incredibly powerful that it literally lifts the heavy oceans, creating the high and low tides across the entire globe every single day. Now, you must remember that the human physical body is composed of approximately 70% water. If the moon's gravity is strong enough to move trillions of gallons of heavy ocean water effortlessly, what do you think that exact same cosmic gravitational force is doing to the biological fluid inside your brain, your blood vessels, and your vital internal organs? The ancient sages knew perfectly that as the moon transitions from the 11th day toward the full moon or the new moon, atmospheric pressure on Earth begins to drop rapidly, and the cosmic gravitational pull on the Earth's water reaches its absolute highest peak. Because of this massive atmospheric shift, the physical fluid pressure inside the human digestive tract, the blood vessels, and the cellular walls drastically increases. If you consume heavy foods, especially dense grains like rice and wheat that act exactly like sponges and absorb massive amounts of water, during this exact astronomical window, your fragile digestive system is forced to work under extreme, highly unnatural pressure. This heavy biological strain leads directly to extreme lethargy, accelerated cellular degradation, and a massive, dangerous buildup of toxic waste inside your entire body. But the rishis provided the perfect, flawless biological hack to protect us. By strictly fasting on Ekadashi, you completely empty the human digestive tract, right when the cosmic atmospheric pressure is violently shifting. This exact action triggers a massive, highly optimized state of pure autophagy. Your physical body doesn't just take a rest, it uses the unique peak gravitational environment of the 11th lunar day to aggressively hunt down and consume dead cells, perfectly flush out accumulated toxins, and rapidly repair damaged DNA structures. Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi won a Nobel Prize for discovering that fasting triggers cellular repair, but the ancient Hindu scriptures mapped out the exact, mathematically perfect astronomical days to maximize that healing repair for the human biological system long before microscopes even existed. They didn't just understand the deep biology. They completely understood the spiritual physics of reality. The Sanskrit word Ekadashi literally translates to 11. Every single human being has exactly 5 senses of action, exactly 5 senses of knowledge, and 1 central mind, making exactly 11 components. When the body is forced to heavily digest food, all of your internal energy, your vital prana, is aggressively dragged downward into the stomach and the lower chakras to process that heavy physical matter. Your supreme consciousness becomes entirely trapped in the physical meat and bones of your body. By deliberately fasting on the exact astronomical day when the universe is pulling all physical energy upward, you completely free your prana from the heavy, exhausting labor of constant digestion. That vital energy naturally and powerfully rises upwards, immediately sharpening your human intellect, completely clearing the chaotic static from your mind, and effortlessly allowing your consciousness to connect directly with the Paramatma, the supersoul residing inside your heart. This is exactly why Ekadashi is famously known across the sacred scriptures as Hari Vasara, the holy day of Lord Hari. The ancient sages did not mandate this fast simply to torture people or blindly test their arbitrary willpower. They mandated it because they had flawlessly decoded the absolute software of the human operating system. They knew that true wealth and true longevity are not found in modern pharmaceutical laboratories, but in perfectly aligning the biological rhythms of the human body with the terrifying, beautiful, and flawless celestial physics of the Supreme Lord's creation. The next time a modern fitness influencer tries to sell you an expensive course on intermittent fasting, or talks about the brand new discovery of cellular autophagy, you will know the absolute truth. You will know that they are simply stumbling upon tiny fragments of the supreme medical science that has been openly vibrating in our ancient temples for thousands of years. Sanatana Dharma never separated physical health from supreme spiritual liberation. They are the exact same science, operating flawlessly on different dimensional frequencies. If this deep dive into the biological and astronomical perfection of the ancient Ekadashi fast completely blew your mind, hit that like button right now. We must force the algorithm to push this authentic scriptural science globally so humanity can finally wake up. I read every comment, so tell me your exact thoughts right now. Have you ever felt the incredible physical lightness and spiritual clarity that comes from observing a strict Ekadashi fast? Does knowing the cosmic science behind this holy day make your devotion stronger? Tell me your authentic story below. Make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell turned on so you never miss these deep dives into the unedited truth. Stay devoted, and I will see you in the next one.